Welcome to South Harmon.
What's good, everyone? Wednesday night AMA live and in the building. And as you can see, no Adam. First off, I just start off by saying thoughts and prayers with Adam. Dealing with a little bit of a family medical emergency. Involves my nieces, so it's hitting me. But thinking about you, buddy. Show's gonna go on, but it ain't the same without you. But listen. No slouch sitting next to me. No slouch, right? On a very, very short list of people I would call in case of emergency, which was this afternoon when I said, hey, I need a guest. Guess who showed up? Mr. Thomas Tipple, a good friend of the space, and nobody I would trust probably more, to be honest. Tom, I know you fit right in on this show. You've been on here a few times. You successfully have killed it on YouTube every time that you've been on, so we'll see if we can keep it 3 for 3 or 4 for 4, whatever we're up to now. But how you doing, buddy?
Nobody talk about Travis Etienne, and the stream will stay on. It will not go anywhere. No, I'm happy to be here. Same. You don't want to hear anything like that happening, family emergencies and such. But when I got the call, I made sure to answer. We're going to do our best. Shout out to the chat. You guys are always hilarious. Met more of you guys in Canton this year. The last time I saw you, and you're looking just as beautiful. So,
oh man,
I'm ready to go.
Went to the bullpen, asked for the lefty, come running out, playing trumpets.
That's still sensitive. That's baseball is still very sensitive for me.
I bet.
Still dealing with that, not emotionally accepting what happened. So that hits hard. If only we did have a lefty. If only. Anyway.
If only you had a lefty, buddy. Listen, we got some people already up in here. Of course, Fizz is going to be here. Do or die, Thomas. It is the final regular season week of fantasy football before the playoffs start, unless you're in like some weird, awkward league that I don't even want to fucking talk about.
If you guys are doing double championship week 17 and 18, find God, please. Find God. That's insane. I love every single fantasypoints.com subscriber. Had someone DM me about their double championship week and how to prepare for it, and I said, don't do it anymore and you'll prepare better. I cannot believe that's a real thing. That's insane to me.
It's nuts. There's strange people out there. I mean, there's still people who enjoy 10-team, one quarterback dynasty leagues with kickers and defenses. So
I would rather that than a double. Look, I would rather that. Look. Start 2 tight end. Okay, that's criminal. Double championship weekend is asinine. That's insane.
Yes, guys, we are going to be talking about playoffs.
The playoffs?
We'll talk about playoffs, yes. I just hope we can win a game. And some of my dynasty teams this year, that's kind of been the thing. I just hope we can win a game. Some of them I don't want to win games, to be honest. Let me get that number 1 pick.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah,
I've got to talking about number 1 picks.
That's right.
Talking about number 1 picks, who you got right now? I mean, I just had a show last week. I got this guy, Buy Apple, always in my comments, talking shit about my love for the 26 class. And listen, it's not love for the 26 class. All I said was, when people were shitting on it, we got a whole season to go. All right, shit changes. We got combine. How you feeling right now? I mean, you're a big dynasty guy, right? You don't run something like Dynasty Points and be as smart as you are without looking ahead towards the future, keeping an eye on it. Where you at right now? 101. You're on the clock. You got to take a pick. Who are you taking?
You say that, but you should read the comments sometimes because they disagree with you. But that's also why I have very smart people like Jacob and Ryan and Lucas, so I can feel smarter just being around them. Don't test my IQ score, though. I'll say I'm in agreement with you. I'll never sit here and pretend to be a rookie scout. I'm not the guy that's going to tell you this player's really, he's got great hips, Mike. He can really pivot really well. The velo from his arm angle when he rolls left, I don't care. I only care about market prices and team construction because that's what I can control. That is what I can live in. So I am with you in that we constantly have a draft pick cycle where it's this draft class sucks. Buy the veterans, win games. Oh no, my team sucks. Sell the veterans, get the draft picks, repeat cycle, and sell them before you make a pick. It is a constant Twitter/fantasy football content cycle that if you are always ahead of it, you'll profit no matter what. I am a big, as soon as I heard the 26 draft class sucks, not just last year, but if you remember, even 2 years ago, people were already talking about projecting this draft class. So you're buying picks 2 years out. I sold a Cooper Kupp for a 26 first years ago. And
Yeah.
I'm not mad that I have that pick now, regardless of who thinks this class sucks. I do think it's Love is the 101 right now, simply because he's the most projectable, in my opinion, especially with NIL stuff. And, you know, there's always quarterbacks that creep up for seemingly no reason and out of nowhere. It's impossible to project. I'm hashtag anti-Devi. That's not my forte. It's not real fantasy football to me. I will wait. I'll wait and see. But holding those draft picks, you're never mad about it.
Never.
No.
Never. There's never been a time in history where I went, wow, I have too many first-round draft picks.
Imagine.
It's never going to happen. And literally, I've been in a league with Adam where he's had all 12.
Yeah, it's just
all
like
12.
Some of them aren't going to hit. Okay. If you're not, if you're like me, like I'm not a confident rookie scouter, as I mentioned, you can always trade them. Somebody always wants it more than you do. Right? You could have taken those picks that you deemed terrible, or someone else in your league is deemed terrible. Do you know you could actually actively acquire Jonathan Taylor this offseason for like a 1 and a 2, a
Yep.
Tucker Kraft and a first? They're always overpowered. They are OP beyond. So doesn't matter how good or bad a draft class is, somebody is going to fall in love with some player profiler, and you can use it to your advantage and do what you're supposed to do in Dynasty. Win games.
One of the best things you said, right? And I think people who are in the know and who have done this for a while, and listen, people I gravitate to and trust in the space, which, you know, I'm not throwing shade, but there's a select few of people out there giving Dynasty advice and content where I'm like, that guy knows what the fuck he's talking about, or that woman knows what the fuck they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's understanding the Dynasty cycle, because we go through this every single year. I don't know how many years you've been doing Dynasty or something like that, but it's been the exact same. It's been the exact fucking same every year, and it'll be that exact same way every year moving forward, where we go in this cycle of, hey, we're in playoff time right now. Vets have never been hotter. I'm looking at point scoring season. I want points on my roster. I want wins. But as soon as that shit's over, we have nothing else to do but talk about rookies and hype rookies up and talk about guys and how fast they ran in gym shorts and how they tested at the combine and what teams are in love with them. And then, boom, all we do, we just talk ourselves into every single rookie class every single year. So just understanding the fact that these picks, right now, people look at them and go, oh, this class is terrible, whatever. I tell you what, the people who think that they're terrible right now, when they're on the clock at the 106, they're going to find somebody that they're in love with. Somebody that they're like, I got to have this guy. I got to have him. He's going to be the next big thing.
Not only are they going to love a guy at 106 and need to draft him, they're going to love a guy so much that they're going to move up. They're going to pay to move up to the 104 to get him, and you're going to profit because you're patient and you're a good Dynasty manager. It's not just that. We always constantly get like at the same time, the same period. It's like, okay, the season is over. The season's over. Trade your veteran running backs. To who? Who? Oh, is the guy picking at 102 all of a sudden want your Derrick Henry for what, a first? Who are we actually telling to sell these veteran running backs? You got them all already. Like, it's just not the right time in the cycle, but you know that cycle is coming. You're going to sell off your vet running backs if you don't have a trade deadline. You're going to sell off that vet running back, and by week 8 be like, man, I need a vet running back. Let's go pay for one. You had one, brother. Like, it's a weird content cycle that we have all the time. I will spend my entire career fighting back against it. Winning, you're supposed to win in Dynasty like any other format.
Absolutely. All right. Well, listen, you're a Ravens fan. It's no secret. I watch you live tweet about them constantly.
Oh God.
Constantly.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry.
How about this? Slashy's got it. Need to hear that rant about the manager's extension. Listen,
terrible.
Great timing. Great timing to have Thomas on and have Mandrews get an extension. It's a pretty sizable one too. Not terrible.
$26 million guaranteed for a player that they don't utilize anymore as the number one option in the offense. Like, they phased him out. It makes no sense. They're in cap hell coming up. We still don't have a pass rusher. I still got to watch Falafel play football every week. 77 is becoming Hugh who shan't be named. We have no offensive line. We're watching Lamar Jackson get absolutely boot railed every single play up the middle because they can't protect. But no, let's spend money for a part-time route participation tight end, which I know on this program, if you look at the war for a tight end, I don't know if $26 million for a 30-year-old player who runs like a piano was on his back every play except for a QB sneak, which great looking play, but makes up, I want to say 20% of his fantasy production on the season. I just don't understand where they're coming from. Well, actually, that's a lie. I do. They're loyal to a fault. That's why Harbaugh is still the coach. They're so loyal in Baltimore that it's turning them into the new version of the New Orleans Saints. Like, they are in such cap problems that we can't solve. Like, look at the Humphrey contract. Look at the Ronnie Stanley contract. They pay their OGs, and that's great. For it to be humanitarian that takes care of their own. That's great. I would rather they sent him into the sun last year when he didn't have the guaranteed money after watching him fumble and then not catch a 2-point conversion. Fire him into the sun. But just from a logistics standpoint, this does not make sense for where they are. They could have probably paid likely less given that he's unproven and came into the year hurt, although I also think Isaiah Likely is more of a product of the system than people want to talk about, but we're not ready for that conversation just yet. I think he's #ass. Wear white cleats, dude. Come on. I don't get it. Now, for Dynasty, I think it's pretty cool. Right? You get this guy that we were drafting like the 14th and 15th round at times last year that you could have be like an 8 to 12 point tight end that sometimes catches 2 touchdowns. That's our wheelhouse, right? Like that's what you want. You don't want to pay up for look, I love Brenton Strange. I argued for him last night on Dynasty Points, but like, I don't want to pay for him, right? You can turn your Brenton Strange to a Mark Andrews and any sort of plus. Like, he's in that territory now. Love it. He's done a lot of great things, all-time leader in this and that. Great, but the contract doesn't make sense. I was talking to our guy, Max Toscano, on the timeline. He said it's probably a very cuttable contract after year one, and it could be. That very possible, but that's not how the Ravens operate. So if that were the case, Ronnie Stanley wouldn't be on the team anymore. They kept that dude around when he didn't have an ankle for 2 years. They stick it out with their OGs. The Browns will win a Super Bowl before Baltimore. I'm depressed. I'm sad. It's not great. So, Slashy, I hope you're entertained because I'm depressed.
I wish I had that clip. I wish I would have pulled that Gladiator clip for this. Are you not entertained?
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh, man. No, you hit on some good points. Number one, when I saw it, I went, listen, and I'll put the comment up here for Geist. Isaiah Likely can go away now.
Yeah. Look, I like Isaiah Likely. I had a very good friend of mine in the space, Brian Ford, very, very smart player, very smart human being, mentioned with the Harold Fannin thing when that first kicked off this year. He said, we should be doing with Harold Fannin what we did with Isaiah Likely last year, except Harold Fannin actually deserves it. And I was like, it took me about an hour. I was like, I read it and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And an hour later, I messaged him back. I was like, I'm stealing it. Like, that's such a great thought process. And he was right. Like, I don't understand the Isaiah Likely thing. He's living off of 2 games, the Bengals game and then the opening game last year. He's not for me. Another part-time player, like, you have Dalton Kincaid if you want a part-time player.
Yeah. So when I saw that, listen, my biggest pushback for Isaiah Likely was the fact that Mark Andrews was there. There was no indication that was actually concrete that they were going to move on from Mark Andrews at any time. I'm paying at one point, I believe he was up to tight end 10 or 9 on Keep Trade Cut as far as Dynasty tight end rankings go. And like you said, literally after last year, it was week 1 game where nobody started him because we didn't know. We didn't know. There wasn't a single person in the lineup league that enjoyed what Isaiah Likely did in week 1 last year. And then you had another game last year where it was like, I don't know if I start him or not. Like, he wasn't like, ooh, we got to lock him in. Got to lock him into our lineup. So until Mark Andrews moved on, or you actually got the indication that it was done and he was cooked and he was not going to be involved in the offense at all, why am I paying first-round prices for a tight end that's second on his team in a not super high-volume passing offense? Never made sense. It's not the player Isaiah Likely I don't like. it's the cost. And it becomes rather easy at the tight end position because we're so damn thirsty. Well, I mean, we look at tight ends like they're Instagram models, right? Like their thoughts, right? This is how we view them. Like we think everyone that comes along is the perfect one. That's the next one. And we're willing to do stupid shit for these only to get our hearts broke every single time. Like, nah, she actually ain't into you, bro.
Gunnar Helm is the model that privates her chat or privates her photos when she's in a relationship and comes back with a BBL after the breakup. Like, we get so desperate for tight ends at this time of year. We're looking at Gunnar Helm as like, I need those 7 for 34, right? And I'm going to pay for it because you can project this moving forward. No, you bloody well cannot. You can't. Mason Taylor did you know Mason Taylor crept up on consolidation? So I know you do. This is a stupid question, but he was in and around that top 10 range. Like, he was sitting comfortably close enough to George Kittle that he could have thrown a rock at him and hit him. And to me, that's asinine. That is just the classic dynasty brain. Young, he caught 7 passes in a game. That must be projectable moving forward, not realizing that tight end is just a pit of darkness and despair every single season. And it's always like 5 guys that you can regularly count on. So I just think the position as a whole is a trap. Someone in the comment section said, but he is a free agent. That's true. But you got to remember, for these guys to hit these values, there has to be a viable path to being the number one receiver on the team. And there's like 5 teams where that's possible. I don't know. I'll say this. There's one team that seems to be able to utilize an unathletic tight end that can move in the middle of the field, and it's Kansas City. And Kelsey could potentially be retiring. That's probably your only path to salvation, in my opinion, for likely. So now you're wish casting, what, a 1 in 31 chance? No thanks.
Yeah, I'll pass. Especially because point 2, the thing I had the biggest takeaway of Mark Andrews, and you touched on it. All of a sudden, Mark Andrews now falls into this, what I like to call the A-Warp tight end life, where this is how I like to play my dynasty rosters, where I don't want to invest a whole lot in tight ends. And I've been living off this for years now at this point. In years. I'm talking like I'm enjoying everything that Hunter Henry has to offer, and I've never had to pay for Hunter Henry. Ever. Get him as toss-ins on trades. You get him in the 15th, 16th, 17th round of a startup. He's just free. Juwan Johnson, same story. Get to live and enjoy what Juwan Johnson does on the field. And the best part is, those guys that I paid nothing for are holding serve or winning weeks in matchups versus tight ends that people paid a shit ton for. So all of a sudden now Mark Andrews he's my new Hunter Henry at this point. Yeah. Like, I'm going to have him for the next 2-3 years and enjoy whatever the hell Mark Andrews does on the field. I'm going to have to pay absolutely nothing for him. So I don't listen, I love the rant about the philosophy of whatever the hell Baltimore has decided they want to do by paying a tight end that they don't use that much or in that way anymore, the contract that they did. But listen, for fantasy purposes, for dynasty purposes,
love it.
Hello, Mark Andrews. You'll be my new best friend.
You breathe like it's like when your favorite shitty TV show gets renewed, right? And you get like 2 more years of bad TV before you have to watch the reruns. That's what this feels like with Mark Andrews. Like, you're just getting more life into this corpse of a football player. So use it, like you said, use it and abuse it.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, what I'm going to do now, I had to get Thomas's rant out of the way, right? And the chat took us there. But the rest of this show, listen, we are literally last week before the fantasy playoffs. It's do or die for a lot of you. Some of us are trying to lock up buys, right? We know how important having a buy in the fantasy football playoffs is going to be. This is a crucial week. We're going to let the audience dictate how this show goes. This is going to be a lot of AMA, a lot of picking Thomas's brain. Maybe you'll get another rant. Please don't ask any ETN questions.
Don't.
But you know what the deal is. Listen, we're going to hear from Fizz. We're going to put the actual intro of the show on, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes.
Let's do it.
All right, baby. Here we go. You get Fizz.
Welcome to South Harmon. Welcome to South Harmon. Hey, welcome to South Harmon. We glad you here today. Another AMA. Ask me anything. Super chat is cool if you wanna pay to play. Like like and subscribe, that's what we really appreciate. Let me introduce you to the tear down king. Mike McNutty, ask your questions, he'll answer anything. ATM, you know Adam put them graphics on the screen. Glad you tapped in now, stay tapped in for the team. Hey, everything is posted. Go follow the socials. South Harmon, FF tag us if we get noticed. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today. Another AMA. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today.
The one and only Fizzle Dollars, ladies and gentlemen, and Justin's got this right. Choose your own adventure, shit style. I love it. It always gets me. So that's an older intro video there. If you can't tell, Jesus, wow, wow. I don't want to toot my own horn, but holy shit, I look like a different dude on that one.
Hey, we talked about this in Canton at length, man. It's impressive. It's impressive.
What I'm most upset with is how did none of you sons of bitches be like, dude, you need to check a mirror. Holy shit, buddy, you are letting yourself go. You are. I mean, we're talking apocalyptic kind of stuff here. If you were down to like the last 3 or 4 dudes left on the face of the earth and the fate of repopulating the planet was onto me, I was like, I don't even know if I was fuckable at that point. Holy hell. Like, we're doomed.
Yeah, I felt that. Look, there was a time I felt the same way, and it was just one of those things. You walk past the mirror awkwardly one day, and you're like, God damn, and it's like a wake up call. So I'm glad you had that. We got to go through that sometimes, especially we're not young bucks anymore. It can be tough to look yourself in the mirror and realize that you got to make changes, but you did, and I'm proud of you for it.
You too, buddy. You're looking fantastic, man.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All right. Well, I got the first one.
My ego just gets boosted when I'm here.
It should. It rightfully should. We should prop you up more. All right. How about this one from Chandler? Start Kelsey or Warren? Assume just for this week?
You have to assume it's just for this week. Let me trust. I don't know if our projections are up just yet.
It's early in the week.
Our guru, Chris Wecht, is hashtag that boy. I like Tyler Warren. I like Tyler Warren personally this week. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A dynamic analysis right there.
Well, it's a tight end, right? Like it
is. Who cares?
Who do I think can score more in one game? I think it's Warren. I think Michael Pittman Jr., my boy. Look how they massacred my boy, is getting phased out. So for me, I like Tyler Warren this week.
Man, I hate to disagree with you off the first one. It's something about the way, listen, and we can call it his leg or his fracture or whatever the fuck they're going to make the case for. Daniel Jones is just not a great quarterback to begin with, but here we go. We'll make excuses for him. The last fucking 3 weeks has been brutal. Brutal.
You're not wrong.
Like, it has just been brutal. And what they did with Tyler Warren early in the season, the way that offense was humming, this would have been Tyler Warren hands down. But I don't know. I take the last 3 weeks in, and dude, I think I'm starting like 90-year-old Kelsey. I think, like, with everything on the line. And listen, the Chiefs gotta fucking win, man. Like, they got no choice. They got no choice. No choice. Backs against the wall.
I didn't realize since the bye you got 9.5 and 11.2 in standard PPR points. I was looking like, 17.9 week 10. It definitely kicked up during the bye. He's been so bad. I didn't realize how brutal he's been. So I'm going to actually take you up on Travis Kelce.
Fucking first 1-for-1, baby. Let's go.
1-for-1.
This isn't a question. It's just more. Let's pour one out for Patty Mills, Lamar Dart, JD5 in a 14-team super flex. I thought I had it made. Pour one out for you, buddy.
You have a type is what you have, Patty. You have an Instagram model type. When you go into search, there's a very specific type waiting for you in your For You page. I understand.
Yeah, well, don't feel bad, man. My page looks like that too.
Yeah.
Looks like that one too. How about another one from Chandler here? Would you move Bucky and Keenan Allen for 26 second, 27 first, 27 second, Adonai Mitchell and Isaac Tesla? PPR, he's rebuilding.
So really, that's a 1 and a 2 for Bucky, and then Mitchell for Keenan Allen. So, do you have to roster Tesla, or is that guy just trying to pay you to take him?
Please just get him off my team.
Yeah, that's what that feels like. That feels like one of those ones where it's like, what can I add here to make this more attractive? Man, when people say the rebuilding, so if you're rebuilding, to me, that says you're stripping it down to the studs, which I don't think you should do anyway. If this is more of a retooling, I like Bucky. I do. I think he's worth more than a 1 and a 2 for points purposes. I think this is fine. Without knowing how much of a teardown this is like probably the price. But I actually... Yeah, I would do it if you're tearing it down, but without knowing if it's a retool or a straight up tear to the studs, that's tough. I think I'll say this, I'll do this, but I think it's light.
I think you got a case for it being light. If I'm rebuilding, I get pretty crusty though. Like, just give me some shit, get the points off my team. Like, you take them, you take all the risk, I'll take the draft picks. Adonai Mitchell and Isaac Tesla don't really do it for me, but the way I view the trade is I'm trading Bucky for that 26 second, that 27 first, and that 27 second. So I'm getting a first and 2 seconds for Bucky. I have to toss in Keenan Allen, and you give me a couple guys that are maybe do something. Like maybe there's off-season hype and like, oh, this is it, right? Like maybe it gets high and somebody pays an extra second for one of these turds at some point. Then boom, I got a first in 3 seconds. Awesome.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Could you get 2 firsts out of Bucky in most leagues? Probably. Like we gotta see him get back to Bucky of last year. Like you got to see those games come back. But
I mean, his touch there was definitely there. I believe it was like 83% of the touch share. It was just the reception stuff on a snap count. I think you did right by holding this long. I think you bought yourself probably that extra second by holding it out and waiting. Especially because the Instagram stuff with him was super weird. It's a very weird situation. They even talked about, he wasn't physically and mentally ready after getting hurt. He like lied about the injury. So there was some stuff there. I think you waiting was the right move. You bought yourself an extra 2.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with it. But like Thomas says, maybe it's a little light. Maybe it's a little light if you want to try to squeeze a little more out of them. Just don't let Adonai and Isaac Tesla really influence the deal at all, right? Like
I'd take a third if you're on a rebuilding team before I take Isaac Tesla.
There you go. You remember when he was going to be the steal of the draft, right?
Remember when he was the reason Amon-Ra was going to lose targets?
Yeah, well,
real life people did it again. You did it again, and you bet against Amon-Ra St. Brown. 1, because of the false prophet that is Jameson Williams, and 2, because of this guy. He catches 1 ball that's a touchdown every 4 weeks. Stop.
Not to correct you, but I still got bookmarked tweets about when DJ Chark signed there and was going to kill Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I know. So. It's insane. We do it every year. Stop it.
Who's next? Who's the next one that's going to land in Detroit and kill Amon-Ra St. Brown?
God.
You can't kill the sun god. All right?
Well, I'm going to have 100% rostership if it keeps up. Every year it just buys me another opportunity to keep spending.
Oh, what is this? Why is everything in Tipple's room backwards? Or is it a Canadian thing?
Is it?
On the screen, it is backwards.
Oh, I could fix that. It's not for me. It could be a Canadian thing.
Could be. I love that. We're just going to call it a Canadian thing. Everything's backwards. Does your toilet flush the other way too? Like ours goes clockwise.
No, same. We may be part of the Commonwealth, but we're not Australia. They're weird.
Hey, every year draft picks have some value and crusty players will pop too.
Yep.
Listen, I love it. Great. It's just adding in. I'm going back, way back on all these comments. Hey, Tom, Steelers fan here. Do you want to swap head coaches or should we just, I don't know what that's supposed to be. I don't know. Shit can both. There we go. There's a B in there. That was supposed to be a space. I do that too. I got fat fingers still.
Yeah. I would like to see Harbaugh and Tomlin continue the rivalry in a retirement home. if I could make that call. They could rival over some checkers, man. I'm telling you.
Shuffleboard.
Baccarat,
old people
right? Is it Baccarat? Is that let them get
like
in
an old people game
and strategize on Baccarat in a good game of hearts. I don't want to see them on the sidelines anymore for you or me.
Oh man. All right. This must be a redraft question because I don't think it's dynasty, but maybe it's a really shallow dynasty. Would you drop Gadsden or Waller for Zach Ertz?
I wouldn't
keep them both.
I wouldn't drop Gadsden ever in a dynasty league. Don't care how shallow it is. Really, it's got to be a worse option for you, unless you're playing like 6-man benches. In which case, once again, see the beginning of the show. Thank God. But you got Waller. Would I drop them for Ertz? I think if anything, you drop Waller for Ertz. Waller was like fun when he was catching like a couple touchdown passes.
Yeah.
Ertz gives you some consistency. If you want the touchdown potential, you got that in Gadsden. I'm good with. I want Ertz. Like that's what's so disgusting. Like I hate that I have to say that, but we look at what we just talked about with the tight end conversation earlier. Ertz can give you everything and more that someone like Andrews can give you.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah, I'm gonna approach this from a redraft mindset. I would drop Darren Waller for Zach Ertz. But also, too, on my redraft teams, I usually only roster one tight end, to be honest. Like, I just pick one, and that's the dude, right? I don't really give a fuck, right? Yep. Just like Dynasty, they don't really fucking matter. They really don't. So, listen, if you give me 8 points, welcome to the squad. I want to keep starting you unless there's a better option out there, right? And that's it. That's how I roll it. So,
I missed the Twitter account, and I don't know if you remember him or not, but it used to be, did Zach Ertz break a tackle? Ooh. And it would be every catch that he made. It would either just be yes, no, still no, didn't. I need that guy to come back. I'm not sure if he expected Ertz to retire anytime soon, so he just deleted the account. But I need that account back because it was one of my favorite accounts ever. I think you can still find it. I think it's just not active, but it's did Zach Ertz break a tackle? Must watch.
Zach Ertz outlasted that Twitter account.
Insane.
Insane. That's again. How about this from Trip Crown? How do we feel about the 26th draft? Missed the last couple of episodes, so love an update. Feels really shallow. I'll give you listen, I did almost all of last week on the 26th class and just my thoughts on it. Well, my too long didn't watch or missed the last couple of weeks trip. Listen, I don't think it's as bad as everybody made out to. There's some very interesting players. I actually do believe that as it stands right now, the first round of 2026 for rookie draft purposes is deeper than it was last year, right? Like I'm getting to pick 11, 12 before I go, okay, now I'm probably talking about day 2 kind of guys. I'm talking about those kind of prospects that I'm not that interested in. It doesn't really matter the class. 2024 was a big outlier because we had quarterbacks who were taking in the top 10 in Michael Penix, and we had a quarterback who was the last quarterback taken in the first round, and Bo Nix go in the second round of rookie drafts consistently. That's kind of an outlier class, but almost every single class, this is why Adam and I did the show on 4D Chess on the podcast about second round picks, and we went way back in the day as far as data. Once you get past 202, 203, if you're lucky, 204, once you get past those picks, most of those second rounders flat out fucking suck. We talk ourselves into, oh man, look how deep this class is. With the 206, I'm taking this guy. Breaking news, within a year, he's probably going to suck and nobody's going to give a shit, right? And it's just going to brick. So second round picks really ain't that good anyways. I'm really just looking at the first round, and can we fill out a first round compared to last year? And I think we can a little bit better because there's a couple more options at the quarterback position. There's a couple more things to shake out. There's more wide receivers with better profiles in this class than there was last year. It's adding to the depth. Now, while last year we talked about, man, look how great the running backs are and how deep it is. For a majority of this, I mean, we've witnessed it live. Most of these rookie running backs have just kind of been okay. They've had some moments. They've had some decent production. But it's not like Ashton Genty's beating down the door for RB1 overall in actual production. It's not like Amari Hampton's doing it. It's not like Quinshon Judkins is in a situation where you go, oh my God. Still, to this day, after seeing what Travion Henderson did a couple weeks ago, the New England Patriots still say, hey, we need to give Ramondre Stevenson a shit ton of carries, and we're just going to kind of work Trev in however we want to do it. We've had one RJ Harvey week, for fuck's sake. I mean, we're almost to the playoffs. The running back class has just kind of been, it's fine. It's fine. My too long, didn't watch. 26 isn't that bad. The depth I don't really give a shit about because I'm not actively targeting second-round picks as the things that are going to save my franchise. But I do think if I'm sitting there with a 109, 110 pick this time next year, or this time when the rookie draft rolls around, I'm going, it's a little bit better. I got a little bit better options. I'm not having to talk myself into, which I didn't have to talk myself into, Caleb Johnson of Iowa, a third-round running back, right? I loved Caleb. I thought he should have gone higher, but still.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I'm looking at. I'm probably going to be looking at a wide receiver who was drafted in the first round.
Yeah, you could always just get Matthew Golden. Speaking of players that people talk themselves into, Xavier Worthy, Matthew Golden, I'm looking at you. Unfortunately, that's just, again, you're rolling the dice every year with the rookie draft. I mean, what do these hit at a 52% rate? And depending on what you classify as a hit rate, I generally look at it as someone I can move for more than I paid, right? So more than that first round pick. It's got to be hovering somewhere around 53, 54%. But and so the idea that a draft class is terrible, we spent, and I mean we as content creators in the space, I work for some incredibly intelligent human beings at fantasypoints.com. You and I are both surrounded by multiple people. This class was deemed terrible from an analytics standpoint. It was like a analytics versus film on this class, like more than I can remember it being in recent memory. And it was deemed terrible. Then the draft happens. People get landing spots, and this class is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You can expect that to happen again with 26. My take on the 26 class is hold on to your butts and wait it out. Bunker down and wait that value max out. It's going to hit. It's going to happen. Whether you want to trade out, whatever you want to do with it is up to you at that point, but don't bust too early.
Don't bust too early. That's what we're all trying to do, is not bust too early. It doesn't always work out for me, though.
It gets harder and harder as you get older, Mike.
Need that extends.
Yeah.
Beaker says, can't believe I'm asking this. Brian Thomas Jr., JJ, and Kenneth Walker has to sit too. Need a win this week bad. Don't we all, brother? Don't we all?
No.
All right, you got to sit two of these guys. So I guess it's probably just easier. Out of these three, who the hell are you starting?
I don't want to answer that, Mike.
I know. It's going to be wrong.
Can we talk it out? Like, the best highlight on Brian Thomas Jr.'s season is a run block, so he's out.
Yay.
Justin Jefferson gets J.J. McCarthy back, so that should warrant him being out. But also, I don't think Ken Walker's a real football player. I think he's a figment of the imagination of spreadsheet nerds that want him to be a real football player, but Charbonnet still exists to torment them in their nightmares. So I'm thinking to play Jefferson, right? He's at least dropped touchdowns that got to him from J.J. McCarthy. Like, you can joke about the 9 thing all you want. Yeah. He's been objectively horrendous by almost every metric you can imagine, but if Minnesota Vikings receivers still had hands, we wouldn't be looking at it as terribly as we have been. So I think Jefferson's the guy that I think could just kind of catch one and you'll be happy with.
My simplest answer, I need a win this week bad. All right. I will never forgive myself if I ever sat Justin Jefferson in a win-or-go-home situation for Brian Thomas Jr. or Kenneth Walker for all the other reasons you listed about those guys. No, no highlights. And then, man, I love Kenneth Walker to death. I love him. But until Zach Charbonnet is just not there, or they just listen, even if they move on from Zach Charbonnet at some point, they were to trade him or he falls off the face of the earth, they'd probably just bring in somebody who looks just like Zach Charbonnet and do the exact same fucking thing to Kenneth Walker. So
remember
don't really want to start him
like the must pickup, Halania, and I remember I had to be like, who is that? And then all of a sudden I'm watching him get goal line carries and Walker's healthy. I'm like, all right, they really just the most deceptive coach speak I've ever heard for 2 years in a row. Coach speak index, I love you, but you're now deceiving me. You are a deceiver, a false prophet. Because for what I've heard about Ken Walker is that he is a saint. Instead, he's a figment of my nightmares. So no more. I have one dynasty share left, and I'm sad about it.
I
free of this hell.
I have to believe that he has one hell of an incentive in his contract for either touchdowns or goal line or red zone carries that they just don't want to pay him.
Could be. They're like, look, we paid JSN a lot of money. We can't give you anything, Walker. So get cucked, buddy.
Yeah, like if he hits 10 touchdowns on the year, they have to pay him like $7 billion or something in that contract. Like that's got to be the thing. Like he owns the team. He has an ownership stake if he scores 10 touchdowns in a season. I believe it. It's got to happen. Yeah. Long story short, I'm playing Justin Jefferson. I don't feel good about it, but I'm playing it. At least against the Commanders. Sometimes they like to just give up big chunks down the field for no reason to bad quarterbacks. So why not? So we worry about Gadsden going forward. All that A-Warp tight end talk. We're worried about Gadsden going forward. Or are we believing in the hype/hopium? What do you think, Tom?
I'm believing that he plays on a team that's run by Greg Roman. I almost forgot his name. I spent so long burying that man in my memories that I almost forgot his name. I don't think it's really hopium. Even since he came back, again, we talked about this on Dynasty Points last night. We actually did our Dynasty tier show, so a show that would make Mike cringe about 5 minutes in. But he still was a pretty good participant on the offense. Of course, only the 2 targets. That game against Las Vegas was a little bit odd, but you're talking about size, athleticism with a Greg Roman offense. We're talking about over 500 yards as a rookie. He's only scored twice, and we know that is a massive margin. Tied to a good young quarterback in a good offense, and he's flashed a little bit. He's a rookie. I mean, it's hard to sit here and talk about consistent play from a rookie. We've been spoiled, I think, is what it is with Laporta and Bowers, and we forgot about the slow play at tight end a little bit. I'm fine with them. Like would you pay a first for? Absolutely not. And I think people that did that, I think you're gonna regret that personally, because again, we know how we feel about tight ends. I'd sell for anyone if that gets back up there, but no reason to like bail on him at this point. He hasn't shown anything. Our charting team still love him. He does well enough in the data. An actual rare deep threat style tight end, I'm fine with it.
So, listen, I think the player's fine. I think everything about him's fine. And this is kind of where I was at with Harold Fannin. This is kind of where I'm at with Isaiah Likely. The problem is the cost far overruns what they're actually worth. Like it gets on this freight train. He is up well within the top 10 on keep trade cut. If you value that, I'm sure if you go and you pull like the lab, right? You go pull trades on it. He's probably trading for a first. He's trading for a first. And at that price, I'm out. I'm out. Like you're off my team. Here's a simple reason, right? Like on A-WARP per game. So not even factoring in the fact that we're going to count against him the games he didn't play as a rookie, but when he actually started getting started by the community on a basis where you can actually hit A-WARP numbers, you're telling me he's a first. I can go buy Juwan Johnson for less than that, and he's out producing him. I can go buy Travis Kelce for probably that same price. I can go buy, you could have got Darren Waller for damn near free. On an A-WARP per game basis, Darren Waller's head and shoulders above him. Jake Ferguson. How much more than a first did Jake Ferguson cost at any point this season, even with what he's doing? Not a whole hell of a lot. And he sure as fuck wasn't costing a first to start the season. Yeah. And then you got the old mainstay, George Kittle, right? Like, doesn't really fit mold of my team. I'm willing to take a first for George Kittle in most of my rebuilds across the board. Like, somebody sends me a first for George Kittle, he's yours. Have at him. So I think there's better options at that price point. Listen, and then when you go like, all right, maybe I only pay a second. How much more is a Rondé Gadsden at the price of a first going to produce than a Hunter Henry, who maybe costs a second, than a Dallas Goedert, who maybe costs a second, right? Like that is my biggest problem with tight ends like this, is their price far out kicks what their actual production is, or what their value to your team is. So how am I worried about them? I'm worried about the fact that people have pumped them up into a range where all of a sudden, welcome to Isaiah Likely territory. Welcome to Harold Fannin territory. Like, I'm just going to sell you. And listen, I may be wrong about it, but I tell you what, if I'm wrong about a Rondé Gadsden and he's actually exceeds that and becomes the next Brock Bowers or Trey McBride, listen, that's like 1 time out of 10 I've ever been wrong. Like I'm going to have one miss. But I tell you, I'll give you a list of fucking 10, 15, 20 other tight ends who are in similar situations that I sold around that price point, and you guys don't even fucking know who they are anymore, right? We don't even talk about them. I don't even know if they're in the league at this point. What's Brevin Jordan doing right now?
Oh God, don't.
Where's he hanging out?
Don't. Applebee's.
How many teams has Greg Dulcich been on since he was worth a first?
Oh my gosh.
Exactly. I rest my case.
That is one of those classics where we say, remember when I said like I'd rather get that third than Isaac Tesla? You know who you could take in the third is Aronde Gadsden, and you have the opportunity to sell one, right? That is why we want picks over those bum players. I don't even call them a bum because I think Tesla is like fun in theory. But you want the thirds to hope to hit on these guys to sell them for this. So hype and hopium are fun. I'm not worried about the player. He's in the situation, right? But that situation could change as of next year. So I want out, as Mike's saying, at these elevated costs, which are still out there today if you search active trades.
I feel bad for the Isaac Tesla situation because I got to experience it a long time ago in a keeper league, one of my first ones. My first ever keeper pick that I made, Matt Jones. Matt Jones was a tall, fast, former quarterback who converted to wide receiver, white, by the way, long blonde hair, out of Arkansas. Listen, so when Isaac Tesla came around, I was like, I've already seen this fucking story. I'm not doing this shit again. White guy, blonde hair, tall, fast, former quarterback, out of Arkansas. Jesus, no.
I'm
not
out.
Again. I'm out.
Dude,
and for that, I'm out.
For that reason,
There's
I'm
no
out.
chance. There's no chance. I wasn't doing it again. All right. Oh, baby. Love these style show. Early ass, start sit. He put shit. I love it too. Saturday mornings, start shit. Or Sunday morning. Jesus Christ. I'm out of it today. Listen, I'm all over the map. Sunday morning, start shit. Eric, myself, we did pretty good. Just the two of us this last week, but I think I did all right. Choose 2, Burrow, Stafford, Herbert, and choose 1, Mechie, Amarian, Mooney, Michael Wilson. All right, let's start with quarterbacks first. Got to choose 2 of these guys. Superflex League. Love it. Great question then. Burrow, Stafford, Herbert. Who are the 2 guys you're starting this week?
I'm going to go Burrow, Stafford. Herbert didn't practice today, and they're non-committal and playing on Monday. So I would go Burrow, Stafford. And aside from one game, it really feels like McVay's trying to give Stafford an MVP. I'll take it. Their goal line running back's name is Devontae Adams. So just lots of opportunities for Matthew Stafford. So I'll take Burrow, Stafford there for sure.
Yeah, I'm going Burrow, Stafford. Listen, Justin Herbert's fun. I like the guy. I think he's talented. We got to talk about like his finger dexterity and like bone structure is got to be one of the worst in history, which is surprising to me too because he's with Madison Beer. Like I would think he would have the strongest fingers in the entire world because I know I would be working those things out on a daily basis. Like I'd be drinking the Ensure, I'd be taking the calcium supplements, I'd be doing a lot of dexterity, like real Mahomesy level.
Could he be overworking it?
It could be.
It could be.
It could be a stress fracture.
Do you think
he just finally gave out?
Like an injury insurance package on that thing?
Holy shit! Like, I don't know what's up with his fingers, but it feels like every year he's breaking a finger. Like he's got a finger in a weird splint. I don't know. Justin, come on, do better, man. Madison Beer, step your fucking game up.
He's got to do the hand model thing from Zoolander.
Ooh,
right, the dude's got it in the glass container to protect it. That, but titanium, adamantium, if you have to, my brother, please.
There you go. How about these? This other one, not as sexy as
Madison
Beer.
Hey yo, I'll take Mechie unless if Marv misses time, which we haven't projected as playing, but again, another non-committal type player. I'm watching to see if Michael Wilson practices. If I'm not going to touch Mooney, and I won't play O'Marion Hampton on his first week back. It's Mechie or Wilson for me. Marvin Harrison Jr. Wilson split target share essentially. I think we both had them roughly at 17.3%. If I'm not sure, I don't have it right in front of me. So the upside case for Wilson seemed to have kind of been nuked a little bit. I'll play Mechie on volume, but I'll play Wilson if Marv is out.
So there's a couple things here. I love your points, right, about Mechie. Michael Wilson, yeah, especially if there's no Marvin Harrison. Like, if you get some clarity on that, Michael Wilson becomes a great play. There's no fucking way I want to play Darnell Mooney ever. All right, so
No,
just
I'm
take
done.
him out of this question. No fucking chance.
Drop him.
The only case I'll give you for Marion Hampton, like you said, you gave me all the bad ones. All right, first week back, right? Like, that's tough. That's tough. Listen, you need a win. But it's on Monday night. I kind of like having something to, like, pin my hopes on in case Sunday doesn't fucking go well. And it's against my Philadelphia Eagles, who apparently are in self-destruct mode. Like, we're just trying to... we gave up a shit ton of rushing yards to fucking Chicago Bears running backs, for fuck's sake. We just let them run all over us. We don't give a shit. You give me the Monday night hopium, you give me my self-destructing Eagles, I think I'm going to play Amari in Hampton. I don't give a fuck if it's first week back or not. Like, he's probably going for 250 and 6.
Mike, I would love for that to happen because I need him to. I think Vidal has, like, carved out enough of a role to be annoying. Like, remember the fear of Najee before he became a Pirate and no one ever saw his face again? There was, like, a concern that they would kind of do a rotating back situation. I'm kind of concerned that Vidal has, like, earned those touches to help, quote, ease Hampton back. Like, I can already see these quotes coming. So that's where my concern is.
That's fair. That's fair. I think he has earned himself a role. Like, they're not just going to throw him to the bench and go, we're never going to see you again.
Yeah.
Like, we're never going to see you again.
Yeah.
Listen, Thomas makes great points. I'm just going with vibes here, right? There's no actual statistical analysis on here. I want a piece of that Monday night game. I want to see what happens. Listen, I want to cling to it. Sunday's going to go fucking terrible for me.
Just bet the Hampton overs. No, you're right. But I think you seriously need to consider Wilson if Marv is out. There's no reason that you 100%. Can't play 2025's real Justin Jefferson if Marv's not out. You have no reason not to.
Got him. All right, Deshaun Watson, price check. Jesus Christ.
Adam.
We're here. How are we feeling? Does he get an end of the season showing and trade? Is toast or worth something? All right, where are you at on Deshaun Watson?
He's free, Adam. Right? Like, look, if you are playing the this is how he is as a person game with fantasy football, boy, I have news for you. You never would have rostered Tyreek Hill. Let me put it to you that way. Separating the grossness of Deshaun out of it, he's free and he's a quarterback. And I'm going to add them. Never buying again, but if he's free, I'm picking him up. I've been talking about it on Dynasty Points for weeks. Pick him up, grab Shador. His value is going to go up. It has for reasons. Like quarterbacks that are free, I'm going to roster them. I'm curious to know if they give him first team reps, if he's going to be the backup, seeing as how that was a big story in Cleveland for a while. Interesting to see how they deal with him, how they work him in. I don't know if he gets to play this year or play really ever again, but he's worth rostering at the back end.
I will say this, Shador Sanders, while I have hopes that he can be something, right? It'd be fun because he does have a lot of haters for a lot of terrible reasons, right? A lot of terrible reasons.
Well,
right?
Extremism is a cancer.
It's fair. It's fair. Listen, I would say Deshaun Watson is a good enough quarterback, and he's got a big enough fucking contract and enough reasons for Cleveland to at least toss him back out there at some point and see what they have. Maybe not this season, but listen, also I don't think they're going to get saved by whatever happens in the draft next year, right? Like, I don't really see them taking a quarterback. Now, it could happen. A lot can change between now and April, for sure. Maybe they fall in love with Dante Moore if he comes out, or Mendoza is available for him, or whatever. It could happen. I'd just say this. I don't think it's a showcase to trade him because that contract is almost untradeable. An $80 million cap hit, right? The whole reason they restructured his deal before he tore his Achilles was so they could get the fuck out of it after 2026. So that means they put all their money into next year. They're not getting rid of him. They're not cutting him. They're not trading him. They're not going to eat $81 million cap hit because following year, they're out. It's a void year. Wash our hands. We're done. All right? We're over it. But with him on the roster and them having to pay him and the current state of their quarterbacks and what's looking ahead in 2026 as far as the draft. There's not an Arch Manning savior. There's not a next Trevor Lawrence or a Caleb Williams or a Drake May in this class. I don't necessarily think that they're going to dip into it. I think they're just going to stick with what they have. Listen, we're going to give Gabriel another shot. We're going to see what Shedeur has. And then at some point when Deshaun Watson's healthy, fuck it, we're going to throw him out there and see what he's got. So, like Thomas said, he's free. I don't know, in Superflex leagues, you know, if I'm sitting in and I got like an extra 4th or 5th round pick that probably ain't going to fucking matter anyways, and you wanted to toss it at the guy who has Deshaun Watson, that's the only scenario I'm buying. On my teams that I'm a contender and I have Deshaun Watson on it, I just traded him away for like a spot start fucking running back. Like, here, you take him, you figure it out. I need actual points this week, whatever it is. So I think that's kind of where his price is. But yeah, I'm very okay with it. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to roster a whole bunch of turd burger quarterbacks anyways. Might as well. Fuck, Thomas died.
No, we're here. We're back. We're back. I don't know what it's doing right now.
That's all right. Hillbilly says fucking buys are killing me more this week than any other bye week this season. Yeah, it's amplified.
That's 2025 fantasy football. I was talking about this with Guru. I do a show with John Hansen, the Guru, every Wednesday morning. It's called Hump Day with Hansen. This season sucks. Like it's the most 2020. It's the most NFL year I can remember. I have so many good teams that are ass, and so many bad teams that weren't supposed to do anything between bye weeks and who gets hurt. Insanity right now.
It sucks. This whole season it's felt like a giant kick in the nuts almost every single week. So yeah, why should week 14 feel any different? How about this one from Anthony in a 12-team Superflex, full PPR, I assume, or PBR. You know, Pabst Blue Ribbon, some good shit, man.
I would PBR. Full PBR. I don't want a half PBR. Half PBR, I have questions. Why is there half? Did you take any? Do we have to throw hands? What's really in here? Like, there's some questions.
Would, I assume, trade your Odunze for Daniel Jones and Tucker Kraft? I am rebuilding. My other quarterback is Caleb. So would you trade away Rome Odunze for Daniel Jones and Tucker Kraft in a 1.5 tight end premium start 10, Thomas?
I would not.
There's no fucking way in the world I would do this trade. Ever.
Look, I get the quarterback thing with Daniel Jones. He's probably getting a contract, and I think he'll be a fine 16 to 18 point per game quarterback as long as Steichen's still around. Like, again, I don't care if somebody is hashtag good in real life or not. I care if they can score points. He can do that. But I like my tight ends to be elite and or have 2 functioning legs when I trade for them. And one doesn't. And it doesn't matter. I thought he was mini Kittle, right? Like he looked the part, the yak ability, the break tackle, pathway to being the wide receiver 1 on the team because it's not Matthew Golden. And I understand the Odunze stuff. It's been bad for him. I get it. He was the most overpriced wide receiver on the board on draft boards last year, in my opinion, not named AJ Brown. And I understand that he started off really hot and it's been bad, but objectively knowing how those games have gone, there's room for turnaround. So no, I'm not doing this. In a 10 team, if I'm trading, I want elites. Neither of those guys give me any reason to move off Rome. Although I'm not actively buying Rome. Like, that's the other half of that. But I'm also not actively selling him for this.
My biggest hope for Rome, we've seen moments. We've seen good target shares in games. Like, we've seen him be the alpha. There's so many pieces to this new offense to the Chicago Bears that they're still trying to figure it out. You see some games where it's like, oh, DJ Moore still does exist. Who the fuck knew, right? Oh, Cole Kmet's still on the team. Didn't really know that one. All I'm saying is with Rome, young wide receiver, young quarterback, first year in this Ben Johnson offense. If some of these pieces were to move on in the offseason via trade or via just released for cap reasons, and this offense got more consolidated down, listen, we could have the building blocks of kind of what you saw with that Lions offense. And if we ever get to that point where it's consolidated down to Rome Odunze kind of being that Amon-Ra St. Brown, motherfucker, he's going to be one hell of a buy. Daniel Jones and Tucker Kraft just really don't do it for me, like, to come off of it. I'm not saying go out and buy Rome Odunze now. Maybe you get another couple games here to end the season where you're like, oh, that wasn't great. And drive that price down a little bit more. And then I'll buy all the fucking Rome Odunze on hopes and wish casting that I want.
100%.
I don't want Daniel Jones. Like you said, Tucker Kraft is. Listen, I'm a big Tucker Kraft fan. Again, I was one of the few, which is weird. I was one of the few pounding the fucking table for Tucker Kraft when he got drafted behind Luke Musgrave, who they also took earlier than him. And people were like, Luke Musgrave, look what he did at the Senior Bowl, and look at his athleticism. And we're just going to overlook the fact that he couldn't produce on an Oregon State team that had literally fucking nobody else.
Yeah, don't get me started on the Senior Bowl. Don't even. That's a whole other conversation.
But anyway, Tucker Kraft, I've been a big fan of his. But like a lot of tight ends, all of a sudden his price just runs way past where I'm like, dude, tight ends just ain't worth it at this level. So, no, I don't want this as a piece back. I'm keeping Rome Odunze for sure. Come at me with better choices next time.
100%.
How about this from Justin? Give Lamar, get Burrow. What's the tax for a playoff push with Burrow, or stick with Lamar? So I'm assuming, Justin, you're the contender here. The other guy, probably not. So you'd give up your Lamar Jackson to get Joe Burrow. Thomas, where are you at with this one? Your Lamar Jackson for Joe Burrow for a playoff push. Who would you rather have?
If you are the 1 seed, I'm fine with it. Right. So I just did a little bit of a study there where it was like 32. When you get the 1st seed, it's like a 32.8% chance you're winning the whole thing. And that drops to like a staggering 18.7% as soon as you even hit 3rd. So I'm fine with this, but you're absolutely taking the most risk that Lamar doesn't just become the MVP again and cook. Like, you're going to be left very sad. But again, if this is like a first team scenario, yeah, I'm right there.
For dynasty purposes, I prefer Lamar Jackson over Joe Burrow, and it's
100%.
not relatively close for me. But if you're talking about just the next 3-4 games of my fantasy football season, the way Lamar's been playing and kind of looking out there, fucking give me Joe Burrow. I'm okay with it. If I got to pay a tax, though, that's probably the thing. Like, if somebody said, hey, Joe Burrow's outproducing Lamar Jackson, I got to take all the risk with Lamar. I'll give you Joe Burrow, but I need something extra on top of your Lamar. Like, are you giving anything? Are you comfortable with giving anything? And if so, what are you comfortable giving?
No, I would just throw hands because that's just an illogical.
Thomas died. Oh, great. It's just me. Or maybe I died. But I'm with him. I would fucking throw hands. I'm not going to do shit. Wait to see if we can get him back. You know, the Canadian internet, probably not the greatest. Me just throwing it out there. Patty, hopefully Thomas comes back so we can answer this one. I'd answer a poll in Discord, but I'm trying to push for the bye. Tied for 2nd bye right now. Should I just push chips in and send my 1st and 2nd for Barkley? Same quarterbacks plus Mariota. Pretty set everywhere but RB2. Let me ask you this one, Patty. I don't remember what that question was in the chat there, but is there a trade deadline on this one? Like, is there a trade deadline in this league? Because it'll change my answer, right? If you got a trade deadline right now before the playoffs, fuck it. Push your chips in, bud. Last chance. Last chance, fill that RB2 spot. But if I have no trade deadline and I'm already tied for the 2nd bye, I want to see if I could just sneak in just as a 2nd bye. Like, I don't know if I have to be the 1st seed, because if I can get into the playoffs with a bye, that gives me another week. That gives me another round, right? So you're going to have, you're going to have 2 more teams who are going to kick the bucket next week in the 1st round of the playoffs while you sit on your nuts and don't have to do anything. If I don't have a trade deadline, that's 2 more teams that I can maybe buy an RB2 off of that, maybe better than Saquon at the price of a 1st and a 2nd. So I want to push it 1 more week. But if you got to make the decision this week, fuck it, bud. Go for it. Push those chips in. Yeah, I'm with you. Damn it, Canada. See, my man's hit me up on Twitter. What we got, Thomas? Please don't die. That's all right. All right. He said he didn't know what his shit was doing, so it wasn't me. I didn't do it. I had a couple other questions here for you guys. Hopefully we can get Thomas back. I don't want to skip over it. Made it to the playoffs in a 10-team, 2 quarterbacks, start 13. Who to target with a 104? Or my picks, since I own 104 too. Have Amon-Ra St. Brown and London, who might not play, and if only T-Law starting at quarterback. since JD and KM or Kyler Murray are injured. So here's a good thing. It's a 10-team, 2-quarterback. At least you got 2 quarterbacks in this scenario. But it is start 13, so listen, while you did get a little value bump because you do have to start 2 quarterbacks from a normal 10-team, you're starting 13, so quarterbacks still really don't matter too fucking much in this league. Listen, I find whatever the fuck I can throw in there, whether that's Jacoby Brissett, whoever the hell it is. Can I go buy them for a third? Can I buy one of these fucking quarterbacks for anything, like a third? Matt Stafford for a second. See, I get somebody's probably got him on a contender, so that's probably not going to happen. But you get what I'm getting at. I'm not looking at paying a 104 for a fucking quarterback. So get that out of there. If I got the 104 though, I'm actually looking to replace it with something that's going to have long-term dynasty value. Because if you listen, it doesn't say here like I'm dominating and made it in. I made this in. He's back. I made it in over everybody else on the 1 seed, anything like that. It sounded like you're sneaking into the playoffs. I don't really want to leverage this 104. Like, I really don't unless I have to. And I think I can fill it in a 10-team, 2-quarterback league with a shit burger quarterback. Like, I'm trying to think. Last week would have been a great week for me to be like, go get Max Brosmer. Watch him suck. Watch him be terrible.
Tyler Shuck, baby. That's the guy.
There you go. You could go get Tyler Shuck for like a third.
Yeah.
In a 10-team? Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
Who the hell's Diamond Hand and Tyler Shuck in a 10-team, 2-quarterback league?
Mike.
No. I do not QB order 10-team leagues because I do not play in 10-team leagues. All right?
Yeah, that was weird. I run a 2 PC setup, and they both just kind of decided to fail on me just now. That was a little odd.
This is new. Usually you kill the YouTube stream. This time YouTube struck back. They're like, we're killing Thomas.
They knew I was coming, and a dev was like, you know what? I've seen this name. I know this IP address. Shut it down. That was weird. Right. Sorry about that, folks.
Man, I did have an old starred one way up here. Thank God I found this one. Thoughts on this squad for the playoffs? 12-man, 3 wide receiver, 2 running backs, 1 flex. God damn it. Is this a single quarterback question? I'm going to punch babies. Dak, JC Jacobs, Kyron, JSN, Lamb, Sutton, Gadsden, Texans, fucking defense.
1 quarterback and a defense.
And a kicker. That's gotta be Jason Myers, not Jacoby Myers. Just
that's how he first ballot Hall of Fame Mike Tilt. Right here. This is checking boxes.
Are the players fucking the players I mentioned
matchup proof? And I got this, Mike. It's fantasy football. The only thing matchup proof is God. So you can eat like anything can happen. You don't know. You could get nuked by Brashad Perriman in week 16 for no reason. It's just how fantasy football works. Make the sacrifices that the football gods need of you, and then you're a stub toe and a strained calf getting out of bed away from being cooked. That's everybody though, right? So I think you should feel good about this. You should feel confident about this, but don't count the wins yet.
Yeah, don't count the wins yet. Listen, if I would have just scrolled down, Fabian, I could have saved myself a lot of ranting while Thomas was off. Vamping, I think is what they call it in the industry. A lot of vamping. Have an offer on the table with my third for Brissett and trying to get Mariota for a 4th, but still need to address wide receivers. That's how you address your quarterbacks right there. 3rd for Brissett, yes. 4th for Mariota. Fuck it, it's 10-team. Who gives a shit? Use the 104 to go get a wide receiver. See where it starts. Right? Try to sell that. But also, too, if you just snuck into the playoffs in a 10-team league, your team's probably not that good. All right? Like, it's probably not. All right? Don't get over your skis. Just don't get over your skis. How about this from Trip? I traded a late 26 first for T. Higgins in half PPR. Regret that a bit now.
I don't. That's just his price.
I'm still fine with it. Yeah, I'm still fine with it.
I have to tell you a real life story, Mike, that tilted me beyond belief in my home league. Beyond belief tilted me. George Pickens got traded for a 26-1 and fat Caleb Johnson. So I was like, okay, this guy has T. Higgins. I could probably just send a first. No. He needed Kyle Monungai, a real player.
Oh,
and I was like, why am I paying more for the worst player? Like, he's a real player. And the guy says, who is a friend of mine, I did bust his balls quite vigorously after the 20-point game. He was like, look, I just want rookie running backs, don't we all? You just got to understand. And he actually told me, well, Jacob has Caleb ranked above Monangai. And like the Jordan meme, I took that personally. Stupid me still did the deal because I was chasing a wide receiver, because my wide receiver one is Jacoby Myers, and I'm somehow 9-4. Don't ask me how. I've voodoo magic. I don't know, but I have a legitimate chance. It's all Christian McCaffrey. I'm not going to lie to you. So I did the deal, and the next week Monangai put up 20. I've very few times wanted to walk into traffic like that the way that I did watching one of my Rutgers guys, as I'm a Rutgers fan, figure that one out. Yeah, I know. It's weird. Don't worry about it. Yeah, but I still did that deal. Do not feel bad about it, because T. Higgins is the type of week winning player. So, like, yeah, he got a concussion. That sucks. Have faith. He's still the same T. Higgins, right? That was a top 12 dynasty wide receiver not that long ago. And he still produces like it as well.
Yeah, it's not super consistent, but it's everything that people actually want Jamison Williams to be.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, you want more of those big weeks. You don't want them to be so spread out, but T. Higgins can still drop 30 burger and be wide receiver 2 on the entire week. Like, he can still do that, and he's got Joe Burrow. Like, yes, concussion was unfortunate. Yes, has T. Higgins fucked you in the past by a hamstring injury where he's not supposed to play, and then he goes out there for one snap and then comes back to the sideline and you never see him again? Yes. Is he still uber talented? 100%. 100%. Even when Jamar Chase is out, you're like, that could be a wide receiver 1 on a lot of teams in this league. So, yes, I still want T. Higgins. And as far as Pickens or T. Higgins goes, it's the same shit. They're I value them the same. They're right around there. But I do not understand, and I'm a big Caleb Johnson guy. I'm still going to stand for him. But, yes, I would not fucking put Caleb Johnson over Calvin guy at this point, because I've actually seen one play on the field and do stuff.
Yeah, it's more of a rib on myself in the home league, right? These are home league homies. We still do all of our rookie drafts in person. It was just the Jacob has him ranked higher. I was like, you son of a... I know he does. I talk to him weekly. And I still did the deal like a dummy. I did all that complaining for like 40 minutes and I still clicked the button. But hey, you got to take it when you can get it.
Is Josh Jacobs worth buying for a playoff first? I think I would at this point.
Always.
Fuck it. Yeah.
Always. He is the most available RB1 for 4 years.
There you go.
It just is what it is. It's like him and Kyron. They just rotate as the most hated running backs for years. But you just always point producers, right? For a 26-1, yeah. Like when you say competing, I'm assuming top 4, because look, if you're 5th and 6th, I've got news for you.
It was a little concerning last week against Detroit, but also first came back from the injury. Only hovered around 55, 56% of the snap share. So, yes, while his production wasn't there, but that shit's going to ramp up. Like, this offense it has to run through Josh Jacobs, because Jordan Love is not good. Like, he can't fucking carry this offense. They need to run through a running game.
It's the passing game, you're right, that is a little bit concerning, but he's got Chicago. Then they get a tough game against Denver, right? First round of the playoffs. Chicago, and Baltimore.
Bang.
The fake better defense in Baltimore. That's not better with Josh Jacobs. The passing game work is going to come back. It comes and goes, right? He started the year with one target, then he went to 9, 4, 5, then went back to 5, 6. Jordan Love doesn't have a lot of those Peyton Manning level games per year. We just saw one. Chicago's defense is definitely scoreable. So yeah, I'm more than fine with this. And it's not just for this year. Like, Josh Jacobs isn't a redraft plus player, right? So a redraft, he's a dynasty plus player. You can project him being the running back for more than this year. So yeah, I'm fine with this.
Yeah, I would buy it too. Yeah. definitely. Walker will probably disappear from Seattle before Sharps. You're probably not wrong there. That sucks, but
one has a contract next year and one doesn't. I'm pretty sure. Charbonnet has 1 year left on his deal. He's not resigning there. Come on.
I'm winning in. I need a high floor player. I have Herbert, plays Monday, Daniel Jones, and Tua. Wow, there's not a high floor amongst these guys. One QB, who do you choose? Dude, I'm just going to go with Herbert, even with a busted Madison beer finger. Like, I'm not playing Daniel Jones with one leg and Daniel Jones, and Tua is Tua. So
Tua is the only quarterback I can remember leading the league in passing and loses dynasty value the next season. That tells you everything you need to know. You have as much of a possibility of seeing him go into on-field rigor mortis as you do him winning you a week on a week-to-week basis. And I personally don't want to be invested in that again. I'll still play Jones here, but over Tua. But I think I'm with you. I think he plays. I'm playing Monday.
That's fair. How about this one? Oh, fucking thank God. We got a good one. Best ball, Superflex, 12 team. He's a playoff team. Give Garrett Wilson in a mid-26 first. Get Javonte and Ladd McConkey. Where you at, Thomas? Best ball league.
I'm not trading Garrett Wilson. You have to pry him from my cold dead hands. I can't do it. I can't do it.
They've done a pretty good job of prying him from your cold dead hands
throughout his entire
fucking career.
Well, that's Justin Fields' fault, if you ask me. But no, Garrett Wilson's just unbelievable. I'm gonna value whore this, right? Especially in best ball, you could have someone on your bench, like you could have an 80 Mitch or John Mechie out there outscore McConkey on any given week in best ball. So I think this is like fine, but I think I like Garrett Wilson too much. I'm too invested in Garrett Wilson, so I'm probably not the right person to ask, Mike. I'll be honest.
Listen, I don't hate trading away Garrett Wilson because you're not getting production from him in best ball league, right? Like, but he has name, right? Thomas talks about him with reverence, even though he wears long Sam Bradford level sleeves, which is fucking horrible. All right, get some tight ones. Get some tight ones, bud. I want to trade him away. The problem I have is trading that mid first because I really look at it as like, what if I just traded Garrett Wilson? Could I get Javonte? And it doesn't have to be Ladd McConkey. Like, I don't have to go for a dynasty valued wide receiver. Can I get a wide receiver? Can I get somebody who's starting for a team somewhere? Michael Wilson. Can I get a fucking John Mechie's, like plural? Can I get a couple of those guys tossed in? So Javonte and a couple John Mechie's for my Garrett Wilson on a contending best ball team that's in the playoffs. Fuck yes, I do that all the time. All the time. I make those crusty moves all the time on best ball teams. And I keep that first for actually trading for a player where I go, listen, production, and I have some long-term dynasty value out of it. I don't have to pay the Ladd McConkey price. That is my only problem with it. If this is your only deal available, though, on a contending team, I'm fine with it. Buy Garrett Wilson. I hope you pack your long sleeves up and get you the fuck out of town.
Yeah, drip decisions, bad. Less than ideal.
Yep, terrible. Oh, great. More Isaac Tesla. Give Tesla 2 years. 5 years ago, we used to give rookie wide receivers 3 years. Listen, I will give them 3 years if they were a first-round drafted wide receiver. You know what I mean?
Detroit in the name.
I don't give a fuck. It was a third-round wide receiver. I don't care that they traded up for him. I don't. He didn't have a great profile to begin with. Like, I'm just, whatever. Who cares? I'm out. Don't give a shit. I need 2 running backs, full PPR, Vidal, Neal, Monty, Sharps, Rodriguez. All right, Thomas. With that Canadian internet, who do you got?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not even the internet. It's actually my PC, which is concerning. It is concerning.
Speaking of that, do you remember when I came on your show? Do you remember when I came on your show when my fucking sign started on fire?
Yeah, it actually said we're being given signs, Mike. We're not meant to be together. We're not meant to drink together in Canton.
Was this like Hancock? We have superpowers when we're away from each other, but when we're next to each other, we become mere mortals.
Yeah, and cause destruction.
We were built in pairs. Which one of us is Will Smith, though? And which one of us is Charlize Theron?
I'm not Will Smith. Hashtag not Will Smith. I'm not getting cucked. I'm sorry. I'll be Charlize Theron. I'm not getting cucked. I'm sorry.
I'm going to be Will Smith, but I'm going to be with like Will Smith getting jiggy with it days.
Okay, so not
Welcome to Miami.
Not cucked Will Smith. Got it. Famously cucked. We're going pre-cucked Will Smith. Jesus. My God, this is why they don't want us together, Mike. This is gross. This is a me level question for sure. Both of them, everyone here is like 10 points. Oh my gosh. I'm probably playing Vidal, and I'm probably playing Charbonnet and Vidal. That's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
That's disgusting. Why do you need two of them is what I want to know. I understand needing one of these, but two is even gross for my co-host Andy Buckler, and he is the fat ass RB king.
I'm gonna go Sharps for sure, just because he probably gets in the end zone. I just don't want to ever put Kenneth Walker in there, so I'll go Sharps. I'm gonna go Devin Neal with the other one. While the production wasn't there, it was only right under 10 points last week in your normal PPR leagues.
Mm-hmm.
He got 71% of the snaps. I'm just going to follow the usage. I don't know what Vidal's is going to be with Amari and Hampton. I know he's going to have a role. I don't know how much of a role. Monty is whatever, and Chris Rodriguez is not good at football. Like, he's just not.
He's just better than Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, though, and that's what matters.
That's what counts.
What counts. Speaking of trading a first for players that didn't deserve it, my God.
There must have been another question there. Oh, yeah. That was his high floor player with the one quarterbacks where they were all kind of gross other than Madison Beer. So he also has Zay, Devontae Smith, Emeka Buka, Jacoby Myers, Jaden Higgins, and London Hampton on the bench. If London comes back, who do you play him over Jaden Higgins? Or I'm assuming, would you play him over Jaden Higgins?
First game back for London.
With Kirk Cousins.
With Kirk Cousins? Probably not. Look at the splits for London with Cousins. It's gross. It's absolutely disgusting. And first came back from soft tissue. Oh my God. I think they offer the same floor. So I'll play safe here.
I kind of like what Jaden Higgins has been doing here these last couple weeks.
Same.
And last week was a big litmus test for me because I was like, well, he did it with Davis Mills. Like, is CJ Stroud going to actually target him? Yeah, he did at a fair rate. 5's nothing to sneeze at. So I kind of like playing Jaden Higgins here. Like, if I had to rank him, Zay just gave you a negative point week. Thank you, Zay Flowers. Thank you, Baltimore Ravens. Thomas is in that league where, listen, I need big wins, right? I'm fighting for first in this motherfucker, and I got Zay Flowers here in my lineup giving me negative 0.4. Thank you. Appreciate you.
You could have had Quentin Johnston in that league. Come on. That's who you really need.
I tried to get him for a third. You told me to fuck off.
Send me Zay, and we'll do business.
No, I'm not going to send you Zay Flowers.
Let's make the guy in that league that made us friends tilt just one more time, Mike. Do it for the people.
Is he still in that league?
He still is. Yeah, still furious.
Yeah, good for him. I think as it stands right now, I want to play the name Drake London if he's back, but with so much shit on the line, I think I'm just gonna go Jaden Higgins. I like the floor of him. I kind of like where he's got this role in this offense now too.
Yep.
Nico 2.0. Across the way. For the 50 millies in. All right, Thomas. Funny story about that.
Hit me.
So I buy these.
Oh my God.
Yeah. 320 in these. All right. They're 8 milligram packs. All right.
Jesus.
That's what's in there. But I buy like 5 or 6 at a time. They're from overseas. I mean, I think that's Swedish. All right. I think that's what that is. All right.
All right.
The website I buy them from looks like AOL from like 1997.
So the dark web. Got it.
Yeah. Pretty much. Black market Zinth. From Sweden. That's what I'm going with. But anyways, they always have these deals of the week, right? Every time you're on there. So they'll have like random cans for like 99 cents that you can throw in there. So I'm sitting at home after these show up, and I always put all the 99-cent cans that they offer in there. Because if I don't like them, it was 99 cents. Who gives a shit? I'll throw it the fuck away. Or maybe I find something good, and it was 99 cents. Great. They come in. My 99-cent cans are sitting downstairs. I'm watching TV. I reach over and I grab one. I was like, ooh, berry. This will be fun. Put it in. Oh, this don't taste too bad. Not bad for 99 cents. 15 minutes later, I am on the fucking moon somewhere.
Oh,
I am a
no.
space cadet. I'm high as a motherfucker. Like shit is spinning. I can barely feel my head. I reach over, I grab the can, I flip it around. 50 milligrams a pouch of nicotine. I am so fucking buzzed. That's like, whoa, this will teach me. I need to investigate before I just throw shit in my mouth. Who knew? Who knew I should be more conscious about the things I let inside me?
Oh God, yeah, I would too. Will Smith.
Oh, pre-cucked.
Precocked. My bad. Misinput. Yeah, that's insane. I haven't done anything like that with a Zyn because I'm not a Zyn guy. I'm not a nicotine guy. But boy, have I ever misread gummy packets. Or the old hitting the Benjamin. I was like, this is nothing. Like I'm feeling like this is good. Boss. Take 6 more. Next thing I know, like my roommate's like, are you gonna turn on the Xbox? I was just sitting in front of the TV with the controller in my hand, not doing anything for 2 hours. So I definitely know the feeling of getting walloped out of nowhere, but not with Zyn.
I did that at the expo one year. I mistaked what ended up being 20 milligrams for 10s as I threw 3 in my mouth and went, well, 30 would be fine. No, that's 60, bro. 60. I've got 3 teams I'm fighting for first round buys with.
Congratulations.
And Young, as my 2 quarterbacks, are both on a bye. That's why he made that comment earlier. Week 14 is really fucking him.
Yeah, that's understandable then, brother. But shout out to you. Congratulations. You've done great so far.
I got a team with 7 first and in 3rd place. Let's go, bud. That's
the
fucking dream.
That should be clipped and on the South Harmon banner on Twitter.
Yeah, that's the absolute dream, is when you're actually in contention, possibly, to win money, and then everyone looks at it and go, how's this motherfucker got 7 first-round picks next year? What the fuck is going on?
Now, you also potentially do not be afraid to offload 1 or 2 of those to go and win.
Definitely.
That is cool. It's nice to have the sexy picks, but also go win. You're in a position to win and win for a while.
Use those muscles.
Look at that gun right there. Look at that. Man. Look at that. Oh.
Looks way better when you ain't 346 pounds. Or
forget Madison Beer. Whew.
I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it.
I'm feeling warm here, Mike.
Yes, D-Walk. I also saw a comment earlier. Listen, I wanted to get my man Thomas in here, work around his schedule.
Fault. That's my fault.
Not his fault at all. I told him specifically, I said, I will go at whatever time works for you, bud. And 2, get him out of here early. Listen, Eastern time zone. Listen. I'm central. I'm in God's time.
Oh, me too. I'm a central man. Man.
That's fine.
In Manitoba, I'm a central man. But still got some work to do tonight. But yeah.
We didn't see Jake in here. Jake is usually pre-gaming before the show starts. But no Jake tonight. He's so early.
Where did my show go? He's going to be like, what's happening, guys?
Oh, what could I get in return for Pittman and ETN? 12 teams start 9, tight end premium, 2.5 tight end premium. Holy ball sack. Nice hefty one.
That's an odd question because your market in your league is going to kind of dictate that. In a start 9, I don't know, a second for both of them maybe. Like they're not worth much, right? Anyone that is in the fantasy will understand that Pierce is taking over on the wide receiver, and then Tootin is slowly taking the goal line work and rotating drives with he who shan't be named before this whole thing blows up. So I'll take whatever. The answer is whatever you can get, in my opinion, if you're looking to move them.
Ooh, how about this one from D-Walk? Tipple, tell us about this fantasy points intel on Coker being viewed as the number 2.
I will not speak on Coker because if I speak on him, my bosses, the powers that be, will know that I spoke unkindly. It will buzz like spider sense to them, and I shall be banished once again. So I have no idea what people see in Coker. I don't get it. He was just the hot name this year. He had a decent game last week, and that's cool and all. They can barely keep Tet going. I don't care who's the wide receiver 2 on a team whose quarterback has had 3 good games in his career. I just don't care.
We're in agreement about. I don't really give a shit.
Like,
Jalen Coker, I'm sorry, I just don't.
You have to be a very specific type of wide receiver too, for me to care about you that much, for me to openly like investigate. You've got to be like T. Higgins, George Pickens, Devonta Smith. Like, there is a tier of wide receiver 2s that make me care, and he's just not one of them. If we have to tell multiple stories about why a player can be good, it's probably not a road that I'm going to go down. So I can't speak on the fantasy points intel in that regard. I'm just the producer, right? They give me my own show. They lock me in a corner and they let me produce. I can't speak on that.
That's fair. How about this one? Do you have any Diego Pavia insights? Going back to the 26 class, do you think Diego Pavia can do anything in the league, or is he just another Johnny football?
Who? Like, guys, I don't know. That's all you. Like, they're still just draft picks to me. I'm not attaching names to anybody. I do not watch college football. I don't pretend to watch college football. I'm not that. Look, we know our strengths and our weaknesses. That's what makes us very, in my opinion, good at our jobs, right? I have strengths. I have weaknesses. I'm never going to sit here and lie to somebody and pretend that I hashtag have an opinion on every player. I don't. I know who Jeremiah Love is, and a lot of that is because I have to edit a lot of podcasts at Fantasy Points. It's not because I am like a college football tape grinder. I said at the top of the program, I'm just not that. I'm never going to be that. So I don't know, especially with quarterbacks. I have no idea. I don't think anybody does.
So Diego Pavia is leading Vanderbilt over the last couple of years to pretty unheralded success, like unheard of success for Vanderbilt of all teams, which has been a punching bag in the SEC for the longest time. He's exciting. The team rallies around him. He's in Heisman Trophy contention. Here's the problem. So don't take this to the bank when it comes draft time and Diego Pavia's name comes up, Thomas, that I'm the one who told you this. But to me, Diego Pavia reminds me somewhere of a mix between Bryce Young and Baker Mayfield, but not in a good way. And we're talking about stature, we're talking about mobility, swagger of Baker, which is good. But he has limitations. He's mobile. He moves in the pocket well. He's a winner. He's doing nice things. He liked that part about him. You know, the winner part. Like, that's cool. But 6 foot, 200-pound quarterbacks at NFL level kind of scare me, especially guys who don't have the strongest arm. I would say he's, for me, a lot closer to Dylan Gabriel, but right-handed, than he is to Baker Mayfield. So
he sounds like a sweet 4th-round pick.
Somebody's going to take him in the 4th round. I'll see, right? Yeah.
There you go.
I'm not ruling him out. I mean, he's fun. Fun to talk about. I just...
And that's what I mean. There's too many of those guys, right? And there's so many other, look, there's 6,321 other podcasts, articles that somebody has the in-depth insight on every single one of these rookies. I'll just be honest and tell you that I'm not the one. I'm still worrying about winning this year.
There you go. All right, I'll try to work my way through this. This is a lot, Juan. A lot. Who for my wide receiver 2 and 3 and flex spots? So he's got Adams at 1, Taylor and Jacobs, RB1 and 2. So his choices are Zach Charbonnet, Trevion Henderson's on a bye, Jordan Addison, Jacoby Myers, Deebo Samuel, Quentin Johnston, or Tez Johnson. So it looks like we got Sharbs, Addison, Myers, Deebo Samuel, Quentin Johnson, Tez Johnson, and then also whichever tight end that he doesn't start between Juwan Johnson and Zach Ertz, because Kittle is on a bye. So we need 2 wide receivers, and we need a flex.
Myers is in. He's in. He's
Myers in.
Yeah, you can't stop him. He's a savage. He's unreal. I actually kind of like Deebo. I kind of like Deebo here. A little bit. And then I'm probably playing Juwan, my guy. Oh, that's his tight end. He only needs 2 in a flex. Doesn't need a tight end.
But he can pick between Juwan and Zach Ertz at tight end, and then flex the other one if you'd like.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. Let's not get crazy.
Yeah, let's not go fucking nuts here.
Let's not go wild. But Myers is in. Deebo is in. I don't have a read on the other one, so I would trust Mike's call.
I'm going to start I'm going to start Zach Ertz at tight end over Juwan Johnson. At wide receiver, I agree with you. I would definitely start Jacoby Myers. That'd be my 2. And then coming down to 3 and the flex, I'm going to start Jordan Addison, and I'm going to start Deebo Samuel, and I'm going to bench Zach Charbonnet would have been my other choice. I'm not giving any consideration to Quentin Johnson or Tez Johnson. Johnston or Johnson. But I'm going to start Jordan Addison. I don't feel great about it, but 2, you could also see a boom from Jordan Addison in the form of a 60-yard touchdown. It might be the only thing he fucking does, but there's that possibility. So put him at a 3 or flex.
Get this man some stickum, please. Please, God, get him some stickum.
He dropped everything. Or should I go with 2 tight ends? No. How about that? Let's
not do that.
Please don't do that.
And not Sharp on it either. I'm not playing Sharp on it. You can't make me.
No Charbonnets. How about this from Trip Crown? Do you guys still really like Zay Flowers? Would you trade Rico and T for Zay and Javonte? Also wondering what you pay to go from Lamar to Josh. Any worry there? All right. I still believe in Zay Flowers, even though he fucked me last week. He's kind of been fucking me on and off all season. He's like a bad girlfriend. Ghosts me when I need him. Wants to show up and ask if I'm up when I'm not available emotionally or physically.
Sounds personal.
But would I trade him and would you? All right. So 2 different questions here. Yes, I still believe in Zay Flowers, but obviously I only believe in players up to a certain fucking point. You know what I mean? If somebody comes to me with a first and, something for Zay Flowers, he's probably gone off of almost all of my teams. But would I trade Rico and T for Zay and Javonte? No.
No, keep T. Higgins, I'm telling you.
No. T's the best one out of that deal.
Yes.
Rico, while not, we got some Chuba Hubbard shit to worry about now. While not as good or safe as Javonte, I don't think makes up the difference from T to Zay Flowers for me. So no.
Yeah. I'm a hard no here.
Would you pay? Wondering what you'd pay to go from Lamar to Josh Allen? If I'm on a contender right now, a late first.
Yeah, whatever I had to would be my answer.
Yeah.
Go win.
Yeah, I think I'd be comfortable at a late first. We start getting too much more than that. I'm like, fuck it. I still believe in Lamar. Turn it around.
Would you not tack a 2-1? Like if you're sitting in first place and you somehow made it, like you tack a 2-1 and you're mad about it. You're like, why am I always getting pinched? But like you're not. It's not over for you.
If I had a really good, strong super contender sitting in first, and Lamar Jackson was my QB1, and I was probably just getting by the rest of my team being so good, and you tell me I have the opportunity for Josh Allen and I can lock up this championship, I think you're right, Thomas. At the end of the day, I would pay that second and tack a second on to a late first, but I'm not gonna feel great about it. I'm gonna be kind of pissed.
If you don't win, you're sad. You're big sad boy.
Yeah. Yep. Conversely, though, I'd love to be in the other position where I could tax somebody for a first and a second and go from Josh Allen to Lamar Jackson. That would be fucking amazing.
They call you tear down for a reason.
That'd be fun. Love Pavia and hope he can succeed, but I think it's wishful thinking. Wish him luck, though. Love the energy. There's my thinking.
There you go.
He's fun.
Love it.
Unlike Dylan Gabriel, I actually do kind of like that guy. I don't fucking like Dylan Gabriel at all. And last one, and then I'll get Thomas out of here. Just over an hour and a half. Appreciate everything he's done. Does Rico stay in Carolina, Thomas?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think anybody knows. Here's what I do know, Dynasty Jake. I can answer the conundrum of the Carolina running back for you. Whoever they sign next is not going to be the best running back on the team, because look what they did. Miles Sanders, they paid him, not the guy.
Nope.
Right? It became Chuba Hubbard. Paid Chuba Hubbard. Now it's Rico Dowdle. Whoever they pay next, just get ready for Jonathan Brooks to come back and for no reason at all by week 5 next year somehow be the RB1 on the team.
Look at this. This is a shout out. Listen, we come from 2 different communities. We share a lot of the same beliefs, but we also have differing opinions. D-Walk's got the best of both worlds, right? You add somebody from Fantasy Points, Dynasty Points. You take somebody from South Harmon, you put them together as managers, and all of a sudden you dominate the fuck out of your league. Who knew?
That's right. Yeah, we're in first place right now. That's the way. That's the way.
It's actually whoever I tell them to start. Dynasty Jake's got it in with the Panthers.
You're the connect. Holler at me at my phone. I got some overs that I need hit.
Jake has been trying to get me and Fizz down to a Carolina Panthers game because he works for the Panthers.
Oh, shout out.
Yeah, Jake's big time. All right.
You're in there.
Jake, he's in there. He's been trying to get us down there for a while. We were going to go this year.
Asking us, brother. Are you trying to just get an insight so you can rug pull us? Like, are you going to have Panthers running back meme coins just set up for us to fall for? What is happening?
Jake knows what's up, man. He knows what's up. All right.
For you.
Thomas, I want to say thank you for hopping on, man. I know it was last minute, but Jesus, you never disappoint. You're like, fucking say less, man. Like, I will be on. I'm in. All right. You're one of the best in the space, man. That's why you're one of my best friends in the space, and I always enjoy hanging out with you. You never disappoint. Thank you so much for coming on. Adam, thinking of you, brother. Hope everything works out fine, especially with the nieces. I know it's a scary thing, but got faith. Everything will be fine. Thomas, you want to tell the people who some of these people may not know who the fuck you are, all right? All right, but now they know. But tell them where they can find you and all the fabulous work that you're doing.
I appreciate that, everything. And same sentiments, man. Reach out if you need something, brother. We're here for you, man. I always assume no one knows who I am, so I definitely have this spiel memorized. But Dynasty Points has moved to 4 podcasts a week now, and they're 4 completely unique and individual experiences. You've got the Monday afternoon mini podcast, 15 to 18 minutes of what I think is going to change throughout the week, because we all know, you know this for sure, Mike, the dynasty market is fickle, but it also moves quick, and for some reason, no reason. So I like to just dive in on a Monday, give a couple of thoughts from what I saw over the weekend, what I expect for the rest of the week. You've obviously got the live stream Tuesday nights with me, Jacob, Lucas, and Ryan. That podcast releases on Wednesday morning. You've got the Dynasty Points Market Report, myself and Andy Buckler. Little bit more of a tell it like it is podcast than maybe what you're used to. Well, maybe not here. Never mind. They're definitely used to that here, but on the Fantasy Points umbrella anyway. And then, of course, I release another mini pod Saturday afternoons for you to listen to while you set your lineups, do your late swaps, another 15 to 20 minutes on more strategy-based, what I'm looking for the weekend, what I expect to change, and how to stay ahead of things. We're also going to be amping up our mock draft content.
Boom. There's the spiel. I'm telling you, one of the best in the space and one of the very few that I trust. And the list is very small. So when Adam canceled on me, trust me, I'm telling you, Thomas is at the top of a very small list. Very small list. I would rather do this show fucking solo by myself in struggle bus than to have somebody on here that I do not actually respect in the space. And Thomas and I talked about that at the expo. That might be the greatest insult I've ever heard, is I do not respect you as a man.
I don't respect you as a man. Tell it like it is. I'll say this. I have done 3 guest appearances in the last year, and 2 of them were for South Harmon. I'll never not come back. The other one was today, the show that I did before this for Fantasy Points called the DFS Cage Match. Other than that, it's South Harmon or nothing for me.
My man. Love you, brother. I love every single one of you who tuned in. Keep Adam in your thoughts. Hopefully we'll be able to see him back here next week. Same time, same place. D-Walk, you don't have to worry about it. We'll probably start at 8:30. And if Adam's back and running the show, we'll start late. Guaranteed. But when I start, it's on time. It's on time and sometimes early. Sorry, Jake, you didn't get to pregame. That's going to do it for us. We'll see everybody back here next week. I love y'all. As I fuck up this outro. This is why I don't run shows. All right, I'm out. Bye.